Hey guys, it's racing.gamer.hd here and welcome back to another video. We're here in the Formula Mazda at Maple Valley. Now this guy was our main challenger for the race. He was really quick, and throughout practice he was setting some insane lap times. And we're going to line up dead last actually, and he's actually a couple of places ahead of us. So the strategy was, he was also doing a last to first challenge like us. The strategy was to follow him through as someone forgets to start off. We take up 2 spaces straight away. And basically we're going to let him go through the pack, and that was basically what I wanted to do. However, he actually gets a bad start and I get a much better start, so actually we take the place straight away, and the roles are actually reversed. I was the one that was going to have to make the way through the pack and cut to the pack, and he was going to follow me through. Now we made it through turn 1 and we're side by side with someone else. He goes deep, brakes really late, there's all manner of chaos involved, there's smoke screen, I can't see where I'm going, get punted from the back, and my rear end goes all loose, but I managed to keep it in a straight line. So thankfully don't spin out, which is really good because these cars spin out very easily when there's any sort of contact. One guy behind gets momentum, so we're going to let him through. We don't want any more incident to ruin our race at the beginning on the first lap. Look at the rear view mirror guys, there's all sorts of chaos unfolding behind us as well, and there's a gap down the inside. We take that opportunity as he leaves a nice little gap for us, and we completely overtake, get a good exit. So he's done and dusted effectively, up into 11th place. So really good. I think there's 22, we started 22nd actually, so we're taking 11th places already. So really good race start. One guy up ahead goes a little bit wide. We're going to catch up to him really quickly as he's off the racing line. Now as we go through this race, keep an eye on 12th position. That Cruix, that's the guy that was supremely quick in practice, and he was obviously going to be our main challenger through the race. Now he's right behind us, right on our tail, because I couldn't get past the guy in front. There's no passing opportunity in that segment, and he's going to close up right behind us. He gets really close to the wall, the guy in front, loses a bit of momentum. I see a risky opportunity down the outside, but I back out of it. It was way too risky. But Cruix goes for the move. He goes a little bit deep. They make contact, and that allows them to take a double overtake, and they actually go off. So Cruix already with a 4-second penalty and punted off as well, our main challenger, which is now looking really good for us. He was much quicker than me, so I needed some sort of luck in order to win this race, and I think we might have just got it. Those two up ahead battling for their lives make contact. I go through the middle. That's another 2 easy positions. This race is absolutely chaotic guys. There was so much incident in this race. It was just drama all the way through, and well, I got a little bit early in the brakes, but the guy behind me just brakes so deep, bumps into me side by side, and there's some words exchanged in the game chat as well. It was all kicking off. If you look on the left hand side, there's people kicking off, profanities are being exchanged everywhere. It's mental. Halfway through lap 2, we've closed up to 3 guys ahead, so this is a 4-way battle for 6th position. That Javier guy, really erratic in terms of his driving. He makes contact, we take an easy opportunity, and hopefully that's the last we see of him, because he was all over the place making contact with pretty much everyone. He was the one that bumped us a couple of corners ago, and now we've got 7th and 6th up ahead of us. We're going to get a much better line through these last few corners and actually get some momentum. However, the guy up ahead goes all squirrely and we don't know what to do. Make contact and I make a catastrophic error.
I'm not a smart man.
That's right guys, I went from being prime Senna on lap 1 to being Nicholas Latifi at the end of lap 2. That was terrible driving. I think we lose like 4 positions. We lost obviously a whole bunch of time as well. And we find ourselves in 13th. We're going to have to make those positions again. And if you look who's behind us, it is our arch nemesis in this race, Cruix, right up behind us, this time with a 5-second penalty. So he's been in the wars, and his race is going to get even more eventful guys, because have a look at Javier's. He's ghosted at the moment, but have a look at the rear view mirror. Yeah, they come together and Cruix absolutely smashes into the back of him. Have a look at the voice chat on the left guys, he's raging. He must be getting really unlucky through this race, because he got punted off on lap 1 I believe it was, and he's just smashed into someone who's just de-ghosted. It's all kicking off. Obviously I had an incident myself as well, and yeah, like I said, this race was incident packed, and you can see on the left hand side the voice chat is still going by the way. It's just mental, this race. and somehow, despite the drama and despite all the incidents he's found himself in, he's still directly behind us actually. So that's how you know he was extremely quick. I mean, he's found himself in like a few incidents and he's obviously still right behind us. Now, because of the incident a lap prior, we had to repass some of the same people that we passed before, which I knew wasn't going to be too much of a challenge because I believe my pace was quite a lot quicker than the midfield. So it's all about just waiting for the right opportunity and just making sure we don't mess up again. As we see some smoke up ahead, so I knew that they were battling hard and it was going to present some opportunities for us. We take a perfect line to the last corner. Look at the momentum I gained. That's an easy overtake there. And then we've got 10th position up ahead. Keep an eye on the gap to the leader, guys. We're 17.4 seconds behind. So obviously quite a way behind. We couldn't afford to lose too much time. So I needed to clear the two guys up ahead as soon as I get an opportunity. And we're going to just try and stick as close as possible on the back straight. Hopefully an opportunity presents itself going into the next corner. I'm going to tuck into the slipstream. Hopefully that will give us an extra advantage down the straight, and yeah, it does. Look how much we're closer on the straight, guys, and that's now going to put us on the outside. He defends the inside line. I try and brake nice and deep. He does the same, but that makes him go a little bit wide. That doesn't give us the switch back yet, but it does give us the inside line for the next corner. And yeah, unfortunately we made contact there. I'm not sure whose fault that really was. In my opinion, I deserve some space down the inside. I felt like he just turned in and expected me to back out there. So good thing is we didn't get spun out. We do actually get a 0.5 second penalty, and we just basically carry on. The next up is Moreno Raven 6446. Let's see how quickly we can get behind this. It's not a good place to get stuck behind someone. This last part of the track, there's not really any passing opportunities. There is only one optimum line through this last segment, and if you go off that racing line, you're heavily compromised. So yeah, just got to be patient. And fortunately for us, he actually makes a bit of a mistake, goes wide, and fortunately we actually get the job done before the last corner, because that's what can happen in the last corner, guys. The guy just smashes off. He face plants the barrier on the last corner. Unfortunately for him, he's dead now. So that's that position completed, and Cruix makes his way past as well. So he's in 9th, I'm in 8th, and we're slowly making our way through the pack. 18.7 seconds behind the leader. Lost a little bit of time battling, but race is not over yet, guys, as we take another position as one guy up ahead goes off. So that's now us into 7th position. This was a crucial part of the race, guys, because a 10-lap race, we're in lap 5, and we opted to go for the hard no-stop strategy, but undoubtedly there'll be people or players up ahead of us that will be stopping at the end of this lap. So we're going to find out what sort of position we're going to be in terms of the net race result at the end of this lap, just purely because obviously the guys up ahead of us will be stopping. So yeah, even though the leader's 18.9 seconds ahead, which sounds like a lot, I do believe he needed to make a pit stop, and he's got a 1.2 second penalty. We got a 0.5 second penalty. And if you have a look on the tyre wear, our tyres actually in pretty good shape so far. So obviously we're on the hard tyres. We're gonna not make any stops to the end. So I've been trying to manage it throughout the race as much as possible. I think I've mentioned it in the previous video that tyre management is one of my strengths. I think playing with the steering wheel has actually helped with that, because you can feel when the front tyres are slipping when you get understeer. You can also feel it when the rear tyres slip and you get oversteer. So having that feeling and the ability to modulate your inputs it does help with tyre management, and that's something that tends to help us in races where tyre management towards the end of the race is marginal. And this is a crucial part of the race, guys. If you look at the position, we're up into 3rd place as those up ahead actually pitted. So the net race leader effectively is now, well, the previous race leader is behind us now, and he'll have a tyre advantage from now until the end of the race, but we have track position, which is crucial, and our tyres are still in good condition. The two ahead of us haven't stopped. I'm not sure if they're going to be no stopping as well, so I was prepared to battle them to the end of the race and take that position on track. So we're going to basically catch up to them as much as possible now, and basically see if we can get the actual race lead, as Cruix is still right behind us. He's got a 9-second penalty. He's going to be quicker than us, so I'm thinking he's probably going to make his way past, and I didn't want to get into a tangle with him, because that could actually ruined both of our races. My strategy at this point in time is, if he was going to be quicker and overtake, let him overtake, he'll make his way through the guys up ahead. We just needed to follow him through and stay within 9 seconds at the end of the line. So that was the strategy at this moment in time. However, we have got 2 players up ahead that we needed to clear. Luckily for us, actually, one of them dives into the pit. That means we're now up in 2nd place, and we've only got 1 more position to take. So the race now all of a sudden is looking really good. We've got good momentum down the main straight here. I'm going to take the inside line as he goes a little bit wide. That creates a space which we're going to put our car into. Now that we've got that space, it has to give us racing room, and we actually end up taking the entire position. And unfortunately, he punts us twice from the back, which almost causes me to spin out, but luckily I keep the car in a straight line once again. I think we had a similar incident earlier on in the race, but fortunately we do keep the car straight in a straight line, and I think he acknowledges that as well, so I believe he backs off and effectively hands me that position. So now we are in the race lead. Get another punt from the back. I think we took different lines there. I tend to brake nice and early there to get a better exit, whereas other people sort of brake nice and deep. So let's just say a clash of racing lines there. However, still got the lead. He fades away into the distance. We take a much better line through that corner. Now we're 1 second ahead of him. Cruix, actually, I believe at the beginning of the lap just went off. I'm not sure quite what happened there, but he's now not in contention for the race win. So all of a sudden, with the leaders in the pit stops, well, coming into the pits and making their pit stop, and now behind us, and this hard tyre strategy really working out well for us, all of a sudden the race is coming to us. We've got a 10-second gap to 3rd position, who was effectively the net race leader before we came in. We're going to skip now to the middle or beginning of lap 10, and we've been going through the race. The 2nd position guy is actually catching us slowly through the race. He's 7 seconds behind us, but our tyres at this point are pretty much shod now. So I'm going to have to nurse them across the line. Can we make it to the end of the race still ahead? So despite the fact that he was an entire 7 seconds behind us, at this point in the race he was massively quicker. So I'm really slow now, but I'm just hoping that we can make it across the checkered flag in the lead. But it's looking good so far. We still have a 6.3 second lead. If you look at the tyre wear, you can see the front tyre is actually more worn than the rear tyres. So what that effectively does is it creates understeer, which is okay, it's not too bad. It just means that I needed to be a little bit more careful on corner turning or corner entry, and we're gonna manage it through the last 3 corners here. Take it nice and steady, don't go wide. That was the danger there. We've only got 1 more corner to go, and it's looking like we're going to get the job done, guys. So wow, what an incredible race. That was chaotic. There was so many incidents from the beginning of lap 1, but we managed to get P1 and another race win, guys. What a fantastic race. It's our first race win for quite a while actually, and that's going to help our skill rating massively as we go up to 4,983. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.